Brighton are 7th in the table. They're 6 points off 4th place Tottenham, but they've got 2 games in hand. And I feel like, I don't know what you think, Ali, because Brentford and Fulham have had such good seasons too. Maybe Brighton have just gone a bit under the radar. But with 12 games to go, I'm not being funny. Given how inconsistent Liverpool and Spurs are, could Brighton come top 4 this season, Ali? Or is that just one step too far?
It's one step too far. But I tell you what a season. I've seen him a couple of times this season now, Sam. I saw him dismantle Liverpool.
In the Cup?
Yeah. I mean, they beat Liverpool twice, I think, in 2 or 3 weeks. And they're the real deal. And if you think about the players they've lost in the last 18 months.
What, Cucurella, Basuma,
White, Trossard, you name it, you know what I mean? They've lost some incredible players. I just think it's fantastic. It's a brilliant story, and I probably bore all the listeners, but I'll bore them again. I remember going to watch them about 7-8 years ago when they're playing at the that was longer than that, right enough. Was it the Withdean Stadium?
Yeah.
And it was I think they're playing.
I remember Ali playing down at the Goldstone.
So do I.
Michael Robinson, Fozzie at the back, Matt Lawrence. What a side they had, by the way. Good side. Jimmy Case, people like that. Yeah,
great team. But was Grealish here that time? Was it? Yeah, they were a proper side at that. And then obviously they had their troubles, guys. As I say, I went to see them at that running track round the Withdean Stadium. I look at them now, it's a brilliantly run club. We mentioned that earlier.
And that's because of Mr. Tony Bloom, right?
Yeah.
And I tell you what, he had a decent day yesterday.
He had a good day yesterday, Tony, hasn't he?
Have a listen.
How much did he win?
I was reading in The Sun this morning that he left Cheltenham with £1.2 million in his back pocket after winning one.
We're not talking cash here, Sam, are we?
Of the biggest bets ever on his horse. He put 400,000 on Energumene, defending his champion Chase Brown.
Bolted up,
mate, I've got to say, those figures in the Sun have got to be questioned, man. The Scottish Sun had me drinking 411 pints of Guinness yesterday, man.
Do you know what we should do that? Where's the... We should do that. We had a few drinks, didn't we, yesterday in the Guinness tent? Me, you, Woodsy, all the team and everything, right? The headline here in the Scottish Sun, it was a couple of drinks. The headline, Trouble Brewing. Inside Rangers hero Andy McCoist and pal Laura Wood's Sheldon party antics. Yeah. We had a couple of Guinnesses, didn't we? And I mean, that was it, wasn't it?
No, you don't get mentioned, Sam?
No, I didn't get mentioned.
In fact, the best is the cut his head out of the picture as well. Oh, it's brilliant. They put a picture of him, they cut Sam's head off.
Everyone else is in it. Oh, Pat over there, social media Pat's living his best life. He's in the middle of it like that. I've been cut right off it. Someday though, didn't we?
Great day, wasn't it? I mean, it was sticking that. What was the song we're singing? Was sticking that hat on
Gabby's in the hat. I love how Laura came and was like, let's not draw attention to ourselves in the corner. Oh, no. And there we are chanting for half an hour.
It was good. It was very, very good. But I wouldn't mind getting up the road with 1.4 million in my pocket.
No, I know. And then Brighton go and beat Crystal Palace. As I mentioned, Liverpool on the back page. I was coming in this morning, Ali, and I was reading some of the tweets from talkSPORT. They put up some of the callers into Sports Bar last night. And a couple of people were saying this Liverpool team have been one of the best teams we've seen in Premier League history. But should there have been more? You know, they've won everything. They haven't done badly. But given how good this Liverpool team have been, in Klopp's reign, should they have won more trophies, Ali? Is one Premier League, one Champions League enough, given how good they've been?
Well, they would have won a lot more if it wasn't for Pep's Manchester City, who have been excellent and would die for a Champions League. So you can look at it both ways. You know what I mean? I think they've been a brilliant watch, Liverpool, for the last 3-4 years. You're right, under Klopp's reign, and they're just going through a transformation period.
They're going to have to spend, aren't they?
Of course
they know that. They're not daft. Come the summer, you know, we spoke to John Barnes yesterday, and he said if the right players are there, they'll buy them. So is Jude Bellingham going? Is Rice going? You don't know, but there's no doubt Klopp is not a mug. He's a top guy. I don't want to see him leave. And I think there'll be a big bag of cash for Klopp to go and, you know, get some. He's got to freshen up with good players, younger players, but also players that, you know, that you know, midfield. I think they're struggling in midfield.
Clearly, the midfield is the area that needs improving, right?
Yeah, I mean, Henderson is another player that I think's been superb. You know, just getting to.
But Milner started last night, and Milner's been a great servant. But he's going to freshen up doing that midfield.
What a professional.
Yeah, good, unbelievable.
So what else in the paper, Sam?
Manchester United back in Europa League.
Instead of trying to do my job.
In Europa. Erik, I'll just read them. This is in the Sun this morning. Erik Ten Hag is convinced Manchester United are on the right path to being title contenders next season. They're third in the Premier League, but 16 points off leaders Arsenal. But Ten Hag has impressed in his first season, winning the Carabao Cup and putting United on course for a top 4 finish. Is that right, Al? Do you agree with him?
Well, United have improved, haven't they? They've really improved, but there's still a fair bit to go. You know, like Marcus is on fire, isn't he? And Bruno, you know, he's had his odd blip, Bruno, but he's a top player. They still need to improve, and I think they have to recruit as well. I still think Arsenal. Well, Harry would be a massive signing. And we don't know what's going to happen to Harry. I've said all along I don't want to see Harry leave Spurs, but he might be just getting too frustrated now, Harry. Well, the Champions League, am I going to be in it? Am I going to win it? And, you know, it might just push him. You know, it's like, Alan, you're a player and you get agents driving you mad,
absolutely.
And you think, yeah, maybe he's right. Maybe I should go there and start winning some stuff.
Well, we're talking about.
I hope not. I hope he stays at Spurs. I really do, because I think he's talking them through and through. I don't want to see him leave, but if he did, I wouldn't. You know, I wouldn't say, "Oh, Harry," you know, I'd say, "Good luck to you." Good luck to you.
No, you couldn't. There's no way. But what Harry Kane's, you know, achieved and what he's done in terms of his goals for Spurs. Honestly, you couldn't do anything, but if he chose to leave, that'd be wish him all the best and thank him.
But United are definitely, you know, they're on the up big style.
Yeah.
I still think Arsenal and City are superior, but it might. You imagine they got right. Here we go. Imagine they got Rice and Bellingham, Manchester United. Then it's a different ball game. And Kane, yeah.
Quadruple next season if they get them three.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, we spoke about Liverpool, but I agree with everything you said, Alan. That the improvement in Manchester United has been evidence there for everybody to see. But they're still, I think, just a little bit short from the title contenders.
Yeah. Sam, anything else before we have a quick break?
Very quickly. Gareth Southgate says he's going to name an England squad for the qualifiers against Ukraine coming up, and also
will
Italy. Well, this thing's got a lot of decisions. You know, Kyle Walker and Tony, you mentioned there, with some off-field problems. Also, it's his first squad since the World Cup. We're maybe expecting a couple of new names coming in. Morgan Gibbs-White having a good season at Forest. Harvey Elliott maybe at Liverpool. Could be recalled for Ollie Watkins. If I was to put you on the spot there, someone like a Morgan Gibbs-White, Ali, I think he's had a very good season for Forest.
Well, he has,
Harvey Elliott maybe at Liverpool.
I was very surprised if the two of them get in the squad. I hear what you're saying, doing very well. Harvey Elliott's been, you know, had some great performances. What he might do, he might bring them into the squad to give them a bit of experience and let them see the lie of the land. That's always a good thing to do. But whether they would start in important games, I'm not so sure.